Hey everybody, Yeti here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a gander at Parkitect, and this is essentially a theme park builder, I guess sim, but I wouldn't really call it that. It's a theme park builder, and something which I want to mention right off the bat is this is in pre-alpha. Remember that, because that's going to come in later, and as the video goes on that'll be more and more impressive. But I'm just going to start up a new park and we're going to get into this. Let me just adjust my audio volumes in OBS, because the game's sound needs a bit of work in my opinion, but we'll talk about that later on. Remember, this is a pre-alpha, and this is basically in the style of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, if you played that game, in the more sort of isometric-y 2D style, except with, you know, a much more modern approach graphic-wise. You can pick this game up for $15 on the website. It's not on Steam yet. They're going to add it to Steam Early Access once they're a bit further along in development, but we're going to get right into this. So there's quite a lot going on, and the UI in this game is, for pre-alpha, what I can say is that this game is pretty amazing actually. So what I'm actually going to do here is, if I can remember how, I'm going to send all my guests home first of all whilst we're building something. So yeah, you may notice I click new and we were straight in the park. As of yet, this game doesn't have any modes per se. There's no career. Now you can see I have 10,000, but this is basically a sandbox mode. In that if we go minus, you know, we'll just keep going minus. I don't know where this guy thinks he's going. As a woman. Excuse me? You want to not just like walk in? There we go. But yeah, so essentially it's pretty much a sandbox mode. You just keep going minus, and what I will say is that I think the money could do with a bit more balancing, but we'll get to that in a minute. So essentially, the UI, you've got your notifications menu, and what's great about the UI is it's very fluid. You can put things where you want, have to resize them and all that. Our general stats, which will come in useful later on when we actually have a park. We have our staff over here, which we can hire as we go along, which I'm actually just going to hire like some right off the bat. Workmen are really important, I should say, and then just like 2 entertainers, but we'll come to that. And then we have things like our actual finances and all that sort of stuff. You can get some graphs here. Change entrance fee to the park. I usually make it about 3, but you know, the money isn't really important yet anyway. You can see the temperature, like the day and all that. And what's really good with this one is you can actually change the way you view at it. So as you can see, I can have the grid on. I prefer to have it off, but you can have a grid. You can see underground. You can see where all the trash is, and you can see how happy people are. But we'll come to those in a minute. They're not really as relevant now. So these are all our workers coming in, but you know, we'll get to everything in due time. So I'm just going to pause the game down here whilst I start building. So we've got our rides, our shops, our deco, our paths, and our terraforming. And what I'm actually going to do is I actually have a park which I've spent about an hour on, so I'll go into that in a little bit, just to show you what a park actually looks like a little bit further down the line. But basically everything's really simple, so we're just going to go to the paths here and just extend the paths along. Make a nice straight line back here. Get a nice little animation there. So everything's super simple. You can demolish paths by right clicking, you can do taller paths, all that sort of stuff. You can make turns in them. Do different types of paths, and remember, there's not that many paths in here at the moment, but remember it is pre-alpha 5. But these are the shops available so far, and these are the rides available so far. This is a pre-alpha. Remember that. I'll keep, you know, coming back to the pre-alpha thing every now and then just to remind you. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a carousel here just to show it off a little bit. And we're just going to move that out of the way so we can actually build it, because this is usually a good way to start. And then all you got to do is add your entrance and exit, and it's very simple. If you've played any of the Roller Coaster Tycoon games before, then you'll pretty much know how this sort of stuff works. I've played 2 and 3 relatively extensively, and so I was able to get into this like real easy. So I'm actually going to snake this one around a bit, because the carousel usually gets like pretty popular once the park's taken off. So yeah, it's as simple as that. We now have a carousel that's up and running, people can go and ride on it, and it's a very simple game. It's got a very simple style. Oops, I don't know why that is there. Let me just remove those. So this is, yeah, like I said, it's in pre-alpha, and as you can see, I've done some paths and made one ride. I've already lost quite a lot of money, and I'm not really going to be getting much more anytime soon, but that's fine. So the thing about this is, if you have played any Roller Coaster Tycoon game before, then you will be able to get into this game incredibly easily. But there are some newer things which you can do with this game which you weren't able to do in the Roller Coaster Tycoon games. For example, the whole thing of looking at the view and stuff. But yeah, so what's great about this game is At the moment, there aren't actually any pre-built coasters. All the coasters you build yourself. I don't know whether they intend on doing that yourselves. Because what you can actually do is when you make a roller coaster, you can save the blueprint so you can import it into other maps. But what I will say is even if they don't add in pre-built coasters, this game actually already has quite a big modding community. So you'll be able to get mods later on down the line as well. So we're actually going to try and build a coaster to show that off a little bit. So we've got a vertical drop coaster here. Let's just build one of those. So I can go into the coaster, and then basically I'm just going to show off all like the basics of the game, and then I'll go on to my other park which I've built, and I'll be able to talk about that in a bit more detail. So this is a coaster builder. Now this actually took me a little bit to figure out, even though it's actually really simple. So over here you've got the, making it just go up, making it go down, so you've got like the height of the track, then you've got like the turns and stuff, putting turns into it, and then you can toggle things here like height markers. This lets you go back a piece. You can do the angle of the coaster, which we're still on the station, so we can't do that. Add chains, add more station, add brakes and stuff. And then this one has special pieces, which are different based on what type of coaster you build. So we're just going to make a bit of a station here, and then we're going to make it into regular track, and then I'm actually just going to make it go straight into a up here. We're going to add a chain so it can actually go up. And something which you got to remember when you're building roller coasters is momentum. Because I actually built a roller coaster, and we'll come to that later on where like I'm on my other track, you'll be able to see it a bit better. Because I actually had a track which it went up and it went around, and then it got to this end bit where it was just a massive tunnel, and it went in the tunnel and then just never came out of the tunnel because it just like lost momentum in the tunnel or something. Okay, so we're now going to put a drop in, put that in there, and I think I'm going to actually have it go like a couple more down like this. So yeah, it's really simple. Like I said, it took me a minute to figure it out actually, or about 10 minutes, but like now that I know what I'm doing, it's incredibly easy. You can twist it round. I'd suggest not doing random 180 twists because you'll probably kill everyone that's on it, but that's fine. As of yet, there is like a bit of an intensity rating, but there's nothing yet which is like, oh, you can't do this because everyone will die. So you're pretty free to work with it how you want. But whilst I'm building a little roller coaster here, what I will say is a bit about the sound. I think the sound could do a bit of work, because at the moment there are sounds in it, and everything's paused to be fair, but there isn't really any general music. If you fly into the sky, there is music for some reason in the sky, and if you zoom into the people, you'll hear them make sounds, and it's actually pretty funny. But for the most part, there's no ambient music. It's only music if you zoom into big groups of people. And there's things like the rides themselves, like the roller coaster. Don't have any sounds when the roller coaster's going around or anything like that. You'll hear the people like going woo, yeah, roller coaster, but you won't hear the actual roller coaster sounds. But I feel like it's been a bit nitpicky considering the content that is actually in the game, and also considering the fact that this is a pre-alpha. So yeah, but what I'm actually going to do is build some alternating loops. I'll do a triple loop, as they call it in the industry, and then a bit of a wild turn here. Yeah, I'm pretty good at making just random wild turny bits. I quite like that. So we're gonna go like this, and then flatten it out a bit. Yeah, if you want to flatten it out to straight, you don't want to do it all in one move because it'll snap everyone's neck. You want to make the turn a bit more gradual. Okay, so now I'm gonna go like this, straighten it up, and then send them up for another big drop, I think. But yeah, so the sound, it could do a bit of work. There's still a lot of sound in it, and there is music. It's not like it's silent. There is still quite a lot of sound in it. There's people. There is some music if you're about a mile in the air for some reason. But yeah, that's just like, that's probably of all the things. And to me, this is like pretty good. If that's the main thing I'm complaining about, then sound. A game's doing pretty well if like a bit of a lack of sound is the biggest thing I have to complain about so far. But yeah, so it's a really fun game. It's pretty cheap, and I think there's definitely some way to go, but I think considering it's only in pre-alpha, it's going to go a long way in the future, but that's fine. We're going to build this roller coaster, and then I'm going to go into shops a little bit and talk about staff and stuff like that, and then I'll show you my park, and I'll just like mess around with that for a bit. So something I should note whilst I'm building this is remember that this is a new thing on the channel, is doing these first look type things. So yeah, I'm new to this sort of thing, and that's fine. Hopefully we can these will get better in the future. So this might not be the best sort of first look type thing, but I'm hoping that in the future these will maybe improve a little bit. So yeah, so we're gonna bring it back around now. Actually, back. Let's get we're on a straight piece, and then I'm gonna like just turn it round here. No, turn it round here, and then just straighten out. Where's my station? Miles away. Okay. Yeah, this roller coaster maybe isn't my greatest. I'm quite proud of my first roller coaster though that I have in my other base, and then this one's just a bit of a casual drop, just to flatten it out a bit. Okay, where can I come back home a bit? Like this. Hopefully I have enough momentum to actually carry me back, because that was my problem with my, whilst I was learning it, that was my problem with my initial sort of learning coaster, was that the coaster had no momentum and it just stopped in the tunnel. Which was a little bit entertaining, I must admit, because it took me a little bit to actually figure out why my coaster was just disappearing in the tunnel. Oh shit, I'm a block off. Bugger. Okay, so I guess I'll make it like, is this gonna line up? That one won't. This one will. Shit, no it won't. Okay. So I think if I go like this, there we go. Okay, we lined it up. I think I'm still too high though. Oh god. Okay, that means it's going underground. Oh, bugger, I'm off again. Okay, I'm one off, so I had, what did I have? Like this turn? And then I had, there we go, that lines up. So we build this, and then I go straight down, straight down, straight, and it's too high. Yeah, there's maybe like a little bit of a learning curve to it. That's fine. There we go. Okay, so now it's officially done. Now we just need to add our entrance and exit, and we can open it and we can watch it go around. You can't actually watch, you can't ride the ride yet. There is a mod for that, so you know. And then this is a problem I've been having with like trains 1 of 6. There's clearly room for more trains, but it won't let me add any more. That's just a bit of a problem I've been having. I don't know if other people have been having that. From what I've seen, it seems like not. So I'm gonna have like a decent sized cube, but not a big one, because in my other park, my other roller coaster, there's barely ever anyone on it, because everyone's always depressed for some reason. And these things, the gates only open for a certain amount of time, so the gates will open and they're all depressed, they're walking really slow, and only like 2 people will go through, and then the gates shut. So you end up getting like 2 people on it at a time. It's a bit daft. But that's a roller coaster, and I'm actually going to start letting guests in, hopefully now. But as you can see, I've built a carousel and a roller coaster, and I'm already like 4 grand under. So it's going to take, I think, quite a bit to get this going, get the park going. So I'm going to build 2 cash machines, the entrance, and then one sort of like near here, because this is the big one. So you can go down the road of sort of like what most theme parks do nowadays, and make it like $60 to enter, and then make all the rides free, which is what I'd quite like to do. Or you can sort of like make the rides cost money to go on. But you know, at the moment, like I said before, the money thing, I think things could do with being a bit cheaper, I guess, because once you have to spend quite a lot of money to get your park to a point where it's actually worth going to, and money is, it takes quite a lot to build up money. So I'm gonna set up a balloon thing. I'm gonna go into terraforming a little bit, because this is what I thought was great about the game, is the fact that it's pre-alpha. Reminder, and it has all this terraforming, so you can already like make big holes in the ground and stuff, random holes. And it's very simple, you just click and drag, and then you can just add water to it. It's very easy to do. You can paint it as sand. Oh yeah, it's click and drag, I remember. So I can go like this, and then I have like a random sandy desert lake, and that actually looks okay. You know, granted the random sand desert thing in the middle of like a massive grass field doesn't look the greatest. Having said that, if this was like a desert themed park, that would look really nice, and it took me like, what, less than a minute. So, you know, terraforming's in it, it's pretty nice. You've got deco, and there's quite a lot in here. There's obviously mods as well, so for pre-alpha, there's quite a lot here. And what's great about this is, say you grab a barrel, is if you zoom in, it's not grid-based. You can make it grid-based by holding something, or by adding the grid. You can make it grid-based, I don't remember how, but yeah, you can actually just freely add barrels, however you wish. And then if you go over it, and it's yellow, that'll like replace the barrel that it is, so it's essentially like moving it a bit. Or you can just right click on them to get rid of them, so it's pretty cool. And then that's the same with like anything really. Just drop bones anywhere. Yeah, there's a ton of mods. I've seen one that adds like a bunch of dinosaurs. What else? I've seen dragons and stuff. So there's like just loads of mods already, which is pretty good. There's a search engine. There's a search. You can add benches and stuff. Lamps are good for when it gets like dark and grim. But they have to be like actually on the path, which I'm actually not a huge fan of. Like, I don't mind them, but I'd like it if they were a bit further to the side. So the way shops work is you'll get workers who do general work, and trucks will come and drop off stock in these boxes, and workers will pick up the stock and then they'll take it to the shops. And if you don't have enough stock, then people can't buy them, the things, pretty much, and it's as simple as that. So there's already quite a lot of people going on the carousel. The entertainer, yeah, he goes on rides. I'm not quite sure why. Is that a handyman as well? It is. Okay, I actually didn't realise that the people were allowed on rides, but apparently they are. No, he's not going on it, he's just wandering. I'm pretty sure entertainers are actually allowed on rides though. I swear I've seen him on my carousel before. No, he's just entertaining people in the queue. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. But, yeah. So, hopefully people are going to start going on here. This is already going way better than my other one did, because in my other one, I can't stop people from being depressed anymore. But this one, everyone seems pretty okay. A lot of people have balloons, which is nice. So I'm going to add in some toilets as well, in case people need to piss or poop. They have somewhere to do that other than their pants. So I'll put it like not next to the balloon shop, actually. I'll put them like, put a couple like here. The toilets you want to have free, otherwise you're just an evil bastard. Pretzels, sure, and then something for people to drink as well. They have a freaking bubble tea thing as well, which is cool. The order's a bit weird. The info kiosk, like the toilets are right at the bottom, but the bubble tea thing's right at the top. So I'll put the info kiosk here, and that's nice and good. The toilets. Oh yeah, and everything you go on, you get a satisfaction rating. Like with anything, obviously we just built them, so it's not a big deal. But anything you go on, I don't know what's happening. Oh, the first people are going on the roller coaster, I think. Right, let's close these, because I've opened about 82 menus. And then let's just see what's going on here. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so it made it sound when the things went down, but it's just like now, like when they're going up on a chain, it'd be nice to have like a click, 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 click. It'd be interesting to see if they make any sounds. They're pretty funny. I'll try and see if I can get the people to make sounds as well near the entrance. If you go near the entrance where there's a load of people, you get like a load of just random noises. It's really funny. Oh, there's a little bit of screaming. It's going through the desert portion of the roller coaster. Woo! Yeah, so there's a bit to it. I just think it needs a bit of work, and there's a bit of balancing issues, because I think the game in general is a bit quiet, which isn't a big problem. You just turn your sound down, but for some reason the menu music is incredibly loud, and then you go into the game and it's really quiet. So I mean, it's fine, it's fine. So that's the roller coasters. So it's pretty good. You know, it's sort of 2D, but it's like it's 2.5D really, to quote GB. my biggest inspiration in life. So let's go down here. Sorry about the janky camera work. Okay, we're not really getting it now. I'll try and show it off my other park, the random noises. So I've been here for 20 minutes, so in 20 minutes, you know, we got my carousel, some things going on. These have no stock because we're waiting on more stock. I could do more workman as well, just for when we do get more stock. So, you know, it's been 20 minutes and I've been able to build a pretty big roller coaster, a random lake thing, some shops and stuff. So that's what you can do in 20 minutes. I am going to quit without saving, I think. And then we will load up my other park, which is called Unnamed Park. I think I actually named it, but then I had a different version and I transferred it over. Okay, so this is what a park of about 45 minutes to an hour looks like. This is slightly different because a lot of that time was actually spent learning how to actually work the roller coaster thing. But this is my roller coaster, I quite like this. So it goes around the double loop. And then look at what happens over here, it's wild. Look at that, dude, it's insane. Woohoo! And then I'm working on this bit to make it more interesting. But this is similar to the one where it had like some crazy stuff going on over here. And then this bit round here was just a tunnel. And it went in the tunnel, and I don't know if it lost momentum or something, but it went in the tunnel and just never came out. It was pretty funny. But yeah, this park isn't going as well. Okay, these dudes are alright. But this dude's depressed as fuck. He's just come off. He's relatively happy. He's just super tired, super hungry, super thirsty. That's entirely his own fault because there's shit over here for him to eat, actually. Burgers and stuff. Maybe I should put some stuff down here. But yeah, this is at the point now where it's like past the sort of setup stage and where I'm actually doing stuff. So I have like this sort of nice lighter rides at the start here. This thing's wild and it's fucking closed. Why is it closed? Yo, this is maybe my most popular ride. Even the entertainer's depressed though. That doesn't say good things about the fucking park, does it? He's just knackered, really. Which is something which I'm not actually sure what you can even do about tiredness. Like, if someone's tired, that's their own prerogative, really. Oh, this thing's a bit expensive. No, don't go on, you can save yourself $1. Oh, it's too late. Yeah, but there's a lot of, like, 2 people going on at a time. This fucker's taking his time. But this is what happens with my roller coaster. The gates will open up and then 2 people will walk on and then it'll shut and then only 2 people will be on it. But if people like walked at a good rate, we'd be able to get through it pretty quickly. This is my barrel zone. This is where I wanted to show off the not grid-based stuff. Because this is where I learned that it wasn't grid-based. I was like, oh, I'm going to mess around with the deco a bit. And then I put like some barrels there and I was like, yo dude, it isn't grid-based. And then I just put down a fuck ton of barrels. And they're obviously protected. And then this bit over here is like supposed to be like a nice eatery area. I'm gonna put some benches down hopefully, but it's just really an area. It looks like I don't really like the game where you get like a bunch of circles and you'll fire one circle and it has to bounce off the other circles to like infect them or whatever. It looks like a chemical reaction. That's what it looks like. Just a bunch of people wandering around randomly. But yeah, so I wanted to actually have it like to have these in the middle, but for some reason, yeah, this location is already occupied. I can't actually have them on here because this is a path. So basically, what I wanted to do was have this like platform and have buildings on the platform, but because the platform's actually a path, I can't have it on them because the area is occupied by path, basically. So that's something I'd like to do in the future, is have like them on this platform, but because it's classed as path, I can't do that. So I have them around the edge, and unfortunately, I don't think I can have benches either. No, I can't have benches because it's path. So that's something which maybe could do with working on. I don't know if that's just something which I've done wrong, but it's a thing. I don't know if there's a way to do that. There's also employee paths. These are basically paths that employees can take, and they're actually like really useful because you can make sort of like shortcuts. So I can just go like this. So if there's a handyman here and this thing breaks, they can get a bit of a shortcut, which I've not found a ton of use for yet, but it's nice that they exist. I'm also going to slip one like here, and I'll probably put like a regular path over here to link these together and put some stuff in there. So it's pretty good, and the world like that you can build in for like what we've got so far is pretty big. You know, there's a decent amount of room. So I'm actually going to fill this up with rides, and then I'll start putting stuff over here. You know, just as a recap, for a pre-alpha, you look at all the rides that are in it and stuff, and all what you can actually do already. There's a lot of stuff here for a pre-alpha. $15 you get it, and for that $15 you get access to, well, access to the game, and you also can have all sort of future updates as well. So I'm just gonna save here, and then we will I guess we'll leave. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me turn the sound down because the menu's really loud. But that's Parkitect. It's pretty good. There is a Reddit, and you can email them as well. And there's a modding community as well, so there's mods available. And I think, considering Roller Coaster Tycoon World looks like it's going to be a massive bust, Parkitect looks really promising. So if you like theme park games, I guess particularly if you liked Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, but just theme park games in general, I think this is a really good game, and you should go watch it, definitely, because go watch it, go play it. Because there's a lot of content there already, like enough that I think it's already worth the $15 based on what's in it, and I think there's only something, there's only more to come. So yeah, I recommend go and check out Parkitect. Go and check it out at the link in the description, www.themeparkitect.com. Other than that, my name's Yeti. Thank you very much for watching, and if you did enjoy, a like would be amazing to help get the series off the ground. And yeah, just a bit of a side note about the series itself. Like I said, this was my first gandering app type video, my first let's look at / WTF is / that sort of video. So hopefully in the future I'll get better at these videos. But yeah, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.